Man, I tell you, these two really annoyed me last night. So, first day out, I got onto the Deceivers, and the guru, Richard J. McGee, he's pretty easy to take out. But Anthony Trout, yep, I wasn't a fan of him. So, we're going to go through the Deceivers, we're going to explain how I did his SASO and how I use fibre wire for both targets. But in the meantime, let's watch the intro clip and just see what they're all about. So, roll clip.
Welcome to Sapienza 47. We have two targets for you. Congressman Anthony L. Trout, a veteran of the invasion of Grenada, and Richard J. McGee. Though at first glance these two might not seem connected, they have a long-standing collaboration manipulating Trout's political opposition. Trout sends McGee after his weak but potentially dangerous adversaries and lets McGee manipulate and ultimately break them. Trout and McGee are in Sapienza on an arcane meet and greet with European moneymen and power brokers ahead of a possible presidential bid in 2024. We know that Trout is staying at the Via Caruso in the town square, but McGee's business is much more clandestine, and we don't have a location for where he will be. All we know is that he is to meet a Keith Keeble, a rich young man and possibly their next victim. Time to show them the consequences of political manipulation. Good luck, 47.
Okay, so we're going to start in the main square, and I've actually used a completely new account for this for the simple reason I didn't have anything else to any other option. I failed twice in the live stream, so I had to go and find a way of recording it, and this is what I came up with. So, we're going to pick up a coin, we're going to place it on the table here, that will get them both to stand up and it will move their cycles along. We're then going to pick up the coin again, and we're going to go and just wait for the guru to get into position upstairs. To do that we have to walk down here and climb this pole. God, in that live stream, how many times I had to say to that chef some weird quip just to... You can't just play the game sometimes, you've got to keep making quips to NPCs who are sarcastic to you. Oh god, that guy got in my head in by the end. Anyway, the idea is we're going to wait in here and the guru will come into the room just adjacent, and as you saw in the first clip, we're going to use peekaboo to lure him into the bathroom. So it's a pretty simple setup. Now, I am curious what other people think, right, because I have tried this in the live stream but I didn't actually go much further with it, that when the guru is done in this room, he goes into the room just adjacent, it's like the big room next door, and there's a chandelier in that room, so I'm wondering how many people would be tempted to try the chandelier kill. The difficulty I found with that during the live stream is that the room where you shoot the chandelier or you drop it, there's quite a few enforcers, so I counted 3, but that could have been because I used a pistol shot to lure a guard away and he might have gone up there. So it could just be 2, but still that is a little bit tricky, so let me know what you prefer, something that uses peekaboo like this, or something that maybe is a bit more accidental like that. Either way, I find this one quite convenient because I use fibre wire, so it's not like the body's going to be found, and it's just a very simple technique in general. All you gotta do is make sure the guru spots you, which he does. So as you can see, he's just, like as you can see on the mini-map, he's just going into that big room adjacent, and he's just walking in with some guy who I don't even know why he's an enforcer, but he is. So as you can see, they're both coming through the door. We're going to open this door, and we're just going to make sure we're in the guru's line of sight. There he goes, just little bits of suspicion. As soon as it reaches its height, walk into the room, otherwise he will not walk into the room. I know that sounds strange, but if you just stand there and then just take a quick step out of the line of sight, he won't walk in the room, so make sure you do. Anyway, as you can see, he's there, so he's going to go investigate the coins, and all we're going to do is garrote him. So nice and simple. By the way, if we've got any people who are very particular about these sort of things, I did use fibre wire, but it is technically the quick draw. So anyone wants to complain about that, that's your call, but for me, it's a garrote kill, so I even get Piano Man for it, I think. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. There we go, Piano Man. Right, so Anthony Trout, and he's the one who annoyed me. So I've had 3 different ways of killing him in both the live stream and just attempting it here. So fibre wire was the end result, that worked, but the 2 I attempted, one involved concussion grenades and another involved gun drops. Now, the gun drops, which if I'm clever enough, I will try and place this in picture-in-picture. The gun drops didn't work because, well, they just didn't work, to be honest. It was a case that the guards just went and called other guards to collect them, so it didn't really do anything to help me get trout. And in the second take, I was a little bit annoyed because I thought I'd succeeded and I hadn't looked at the Silent Assassin meter, so I thought I was still SA and I wasn't. So yeah, I was a little bit annoyed there. But in principle, it was a good idea, I just didn't execute it well. At this point, I'm just getting a bit confused, just because I'm trying to find a way to get into the mansion and I haven't got a lockpick, so yeah, this wasn't great. Yeah, so the basic idea of this is, I thought the concussion grenade would work in that tape because I thought, okay, that'll knock them all out, and from there all I've got to do is take Trout out of the group and that's it. As you can see though, Trout is going where we're going, so I needed to get a move on. So I thought, right, I can't afford to wait. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go up the stairs and hope that enforcer guy over there doesn't see me. And it is pretty close, I will admit that. I used a limo for cover, but I have to make a bit of a sprint here to take cover, and once again down here. So by no means was this a clean route, but it was doable. So we're just going to follow all these. They don't know I'm not meant to be here, so we can follow them quite safely. And the trouble at this point is it's about finding a way to get to Trout. You know, he's quite guarded. Now, I have seen on a Mr. Freeze video, I will credit him for this, that there is a way to poison him. And there's a drink just on the, well, it's still by that fire exit door there now. The trouble is, it's quite hard to do that suit only. So if you're just going for SA, get a disguise, go over towards where that enforcer's looking right now. If I'm right, it's a glass of wine there. Just poison the glass of wine, Trout will drink it. You've got an easy accident kill. You can already be making your way to the exit. However, if you're like me and you're trying to go for fibre wire, or if you're trying to do something a little bit complicated, this is the way I did it. So, I was half tempted to actually, well, first of all, don't get caught by that enforcer. You know, I didn't, but I was a bit sloppy, so just don't do that. Anyway, the idea is, Trout's got 2 bodyguards plus the mansion staff guy who's escorting him around. So, what we're going to do is we're going to just get rid of one of the guards. That will just help as far as garroting him. So, as you can see, I threw a coin and it did move a guard, but it didn't do much because I thought, okay, maybe I can get him out there and I can knock him out, but it was just too much of a risk because the thing is I'd have had to get past that mansion staff, and yeah, it would have just been much easier adding the mansion staff member not been there, but it wasn't a big loss, it's just slightly annoying. So we're going to wait for that guy to move, then we're going to go just pretty much where I threw the coin, so just around here. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that same bodyguard, and I'm going to throw a coin just around here. So take your pick. I just threw it against the wall, but yeah, it wasn't the best throw. So here we go. Idea is he'll hear the coin, he'll come to investigate it. We're going to subdue him around the corner, pop his body in the crate. Make sure no one's looking as well, because that would be very awkward. So yeah. Quick subdue, and we're going to pop him in the crate. I actually think I took my time here because I ended up taking cover instead of dragging him. Yep, there we go, cover. So in the crate, and just pick up his goodies so that no one thinks, oh, where's he gone? If I'm right at this point, the Trout is already on the move, yep, so we've got a bit of catching up to do, so sprint, sprint, sprint. And what you're going to want to do is equip a coin as well, because we're going to use a coin distraction to split Trout up from his bodyguard. Now, the mansion staff member is far enough ahead, so what we're going to do is we're going to throw a coin just into this little area here. That'll get the bodyguard to go and investigate the coin. At this point, you can garrote Trout, and there's a crate right next to him where we're going to garrote him. So, nice and simple, garrote. Crate. There we go, all done. And because that guy isn't an enforcer, you can just run straight past. So yeah, that's how to do it SO. So I did enjoy that method in the end. After all the troubles I'd had getting it done, I'm actually quite glad that I got it done like that, because, you know, that's quite tricky doing 2 melee kills and elusive targets, so I'm quite pleased with myself there in the end. Just wish the concussion grenade idea had worked, and to be fair, if you can use a fire extinguisher, that might have a better effect, because There is a bug in the game right now where if you use a fire extinguisher, it can mean that you can kill anyone SA without actually being SA. So it's a bit like the current trank gun trick where you can use a trank gun then shoot someone and it won't have an impact on the school. Apparently there's a thing where if you use a fire extinguisher and just knock an NPC out and then you can just shoot them and no one will loot for you for SA. So it's a weird bug going around. I've seen it on Pagan Runs and Goulet, or Glue, or whatever his name is. So yeah, I don't really like bugs, I'm not a fan of them obviously, but yeah, it's interesting that some people have managed to get really quick times with it. But the way I see it, if you want to use a clean method, fire extinguisher, just blow the group up instead of a concussion grenade and that should do the trick. So at that point, that is it. So what I'll do is I'm going to just leave the clip on I'm mentioning where I used the concussion grenade, and you can see what I did so that maybe you can actually swap it out for a fire extinguisher if you like the idea. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, see you in the next video. This has been Josh from JJ's Productions. Like and subscribe, all the usual stuff. But until next time, bye for now everyone. As many coins as I can get would be helpful here, because it would just group them all together. Okay, so he's going to go... Well, I think it's back into the biolab he goes. Doom, doom, doom. Okay, where is he? He's on the left, right. Well, as has been said, I have got very few options at this point, so I have got to try it out. And I've got to hope that between 4 NPCs, they're excited enough about coins. Let's hold our breath. Hold our breath and see. Oh, that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Nothing here. Right.
Mission completed. Time to find an exit.
And like I say, no one should come down here, so this should be quite clear. No, it's just about getting out without no one seeing me. Oh, you... Oh. I hate her. I hate that NPC. She does it every single time. Oh. I just...
Really?
I try not to swear on my channel, but that is really getting me.
Hello there.
1 hour 48 minutes. Not happy. Right.
Hey, buddy. Leave me alone.